a return to form, and maybe only by a goal. For Pukki, I don't think it's anything that would warrant me contributing to Cantwell being either A, in my midfield, or B, being a captain choice.
Fair enough. I would kind of agree with you. I wouldn't have Pukki. I got rid of Cantwell after 1 week. I'll stay away from Norwich, but hopefully it's an interesting game on the Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. Sean Mourinho, what do you reckon? Your captain picks?
I mean, I think you've covered a lot. This is going to be a real difficult week, especially looking at my team. First of all, not looking at my team, just looking at the fixtures. I think I could see Chelsea scoring a few goals, and with that I would go Abraham. I don't have him there, you've already touched on him, but the fact that they're playing Crystal Palace, I could see them scoring a few goals. Abraham's the only player that I think will really do it. Mount may sneak one, hopefully, but I would not be confident enough to captain him at the moment. Spurs I would stay away from. I would definitely not go Harry Kane. They're playing Sheffield United, so I think that completely rules out that game. Will Sheffield United be able to score enough? I think they will play a very defensive game in London. And again, United as well, I don't see any sort of attacking form even against Brighton, or defensive form there. So it's a very difficult week for me in terms of picking a captain. I think I'm going to end up going Vardy in the end. I think, looking at his form, Arsenal not the best at the back. They keep conceding. Yeah. They keep conceding stupid goals, right?
Agree.
And there's nothing that Vardy loves more than running through the defence, getting on the end of it, and so much space. He makes it look so easy because is he the fastest player?
Obviously he's the fastest player, but he's
like deceivingly smart, and he just finds his space to run into.
He really does. He does know how to find the space, the right time, right place. The fact that he's actually at the King Power Stadium as well for the Arsenal game. Ordinarily, if it was at the Emirates, I'd probably say actually stay away from Vardy as a captain. But you know what? I think it's a great shout to put captain.
Brendan Rodgers just seems to spark life into Jamie Vardy. Since he's come on the scene, Jamie Vardy has been the main man. He's kind of built the team around Jamie Vardy to assist him to get those balls in the box, because he is an instinctive striker and he's got all the traits. Come back to the England team, Jamie Vardy. Don't be scared.
He's going to be my first pick. My second pick is going to be from a team who are unbeaten in 6 matches. Who do you think that is?
Sheffield United? Wolves.
Wolves.
Woo! Oh! Pack of Wolves!
Oh! And this is just a kind of stupid pick. It's not a stupid pick. They're playing Villa. Villa kind of starting to look rattled, right?
They concede a lot of goals as well.
They concede a lot of goals. I think there's going to be opportunity for Wolves. They don't concede a lot of goals.
Who from Wolves? Jimenez?
Yeah.
Jimenez got on the score sheet at the weekend. Good goal. So could be an upturn of form.
He's got 52 points in total. You might expect more from him. At 7.2 million though, it's pretty cheap. I think he will be my second choice. It will definitely not be Doherty. We'll stay away from him.
Doherty.
We don't like Doherty. Boo!
Get out, Doherty.
He's my second choice.
Get your hat.
And then third, I'm going to have to agree with you and go Manny. Unfortunately, I don't like agreeing with you, but I just keep seeing so much creativity. And I see Liverpool, Klopp just gets them fired up for the big games, right?
And
that's when they actually turn on, especially at Anfield. When you get You'll Never Walk Alone on. Is that the song you sing?
I'll sing it to you later.
Okay, cool. If you tuck me in bed, I would see Manny being some value as well. So I'm afraid I'm copying you on 2 players there, but it's a very difficult week.
It is.
Pellegrini?
It is a tough one. I will go right out of the bat, backing up your point about Jimenez. Little sneak peek, he was the guy I transferred in this week because I have mentioned him the last 2 game weeks. I thought Jimenez is the man to keep an eye on because he is slowly but surely coming back to the same form that he had last year. Didn't start the season very well last year, but became one of the top FPL picks in terms of points and prices. So he's looking at a great price. Callum Wilson, I think it's about time he scores some goals for Bournemouth. I know they're away to Newcastle, and Newcastle absolutely smashed West Ham out of the park, but I think it's about time Bournemouth started scoring, and I think this is the perfect time for Callum Wilson to get back on the score sheet. My third pick.
Do you think you would consider Lundstram, or do you think...
As a captain, no. I don't think that will happen again. I
think you're completely sensible. I think people have the tendency to jump on after a massive game week.
Yeah,
and it's rare you get twice
I honestly think come the end of the season I'm going to kick myself. That 21 points could have been absolutely massive, and you know who I think is going to do well? I think you've all mentioned Vardy. I definitely think he will score, but you know who else I think will score? Aubameyang. He's away against Leicester. He's just been handed the captain's armband for Arsenal because Xhaka has been stripped to the armband, and Aubameyang was the main man anyway.
He was.
And I think he's about to score a lot of goals. He's got Leicester, Southampton, then Norwich. I think Aubameyang's one to watch out.
It's an interesting one because actually, if you look at the game against Wolves, the good thing that's played into Aubameyang as well is Lacazette being back as well. Lacazette was the provider for his goal, well taken goal. I think again, if they they start that momentum that they did, that you saw last season, definitely, like you said, Aubameyang is on form and could start banging in a lot of goals. So it's a fair shout.
I've got to just raise one question before we wrap everything up. Rashford at Man United. Man United have got Brighton, Sheffield United and Aston Villa all green, let's say, in the FPL world.
It means nothing.
To Manchester United right now, unfortunately, it means nothing. If I was to kind of embody Jimmy Ferguson, the Manchester United fan, spit on the ground, but it really does unfortunately mean nothing.
Jimmy!
I think it means very little, to be honest. I think unfortunately Manchester United are in this place where they can be beaten by anybody.
Stuck in a rut.
They are stuck in a rut, and the wheels are falling off Ollie's bus again. And so Rashford, I think he's scored some brilliant goals in all competitions as well. I think it's a service, to be honest. And I think if someone like Danny James, who we mentioned on the show a little bit earlier, isn't able to kind of provide him with that level of service, or Manchester United in general aren't able to kind of get Rashford in those positions, then he's not going to be able to get you points. Now, we've spoken about the fact that Martial coming back has been an upturn of Rashford's form, but we saw in the last game week that Martial was way off the pace, and therefore was actually kind of not really conducive to Rashford at all. So to me it's still a big risk there, unfortunately.
I have to agree with you, but then again, these are the kind of games that you just don't see United doing great in, and they come out and they get off the blocks and they do well. So
not if they get any penalties, they'll miss them.
yeah, exactly. But what an absolute fantastic week we've had of chat, and what a fantastic week of games we have coming up. I think absolutely no doubt 4:30 UK time, 11:30 US time on Sunday is going to be the absolute massive.
Can't wait for the game.
I'm looking forward to that. There'll be time to open a beer at that stage.
Let's have a beer on a Sunday.
So guys, picking your team. Don't forget that Norwich v Watford does start on Friday night this week. Do you have to be in early one of these sneaky game weeks?
Get in early.
Listen to the podcast early. Get in early. You'll be fine. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure.
As always.
Well hosted as well by
Sean Mourinho.
I hope that this time next week we'll still be speaking to you as top of the league. It's too early to say champion. If you guys want some advice, want to know how to do it, you can email us. It's leftinthechangingroom@gmail.com, or you can get us on our Twitter, which is
#LeftbackFPL.
LeftbackFPL on Twitter. But guys, pleasure having you to listen to us. Wish you the worst of luck so we can all progress in the world.
Way.